Good morning, Blue, and good morning, you. Let's go to Quebec. Bit of a different trip, finally. Some new scenery. Look at these tires. Look at them. Fresh rubber. One second. Mandatory. You too? Savor it. Oh, new rubber. The smell of every time it gets me. I only get new rubber on this truck like every couple of years, so it's a special event. So we've done one short trip on them already. So they got the little nubs mostly worn off already, I think. But yeah, these are my super cargos. 295, 75R, 22.5s. They are SC 516s. And I paired them up with two of my Goodyear G182s here, RSD. These are a discontinued tire from what I've heard, but I had two of them sitting in the shop here that were pretty much brand new and they needed to be used. So we threw them on there with 6 new supercargo tires. Got a really good deal on these tires. We'll see how they last. Those Goodyears over there, I told you this already, but for the people who didn't hear me last time, paid $1,000 each for those tires. Crazy, right? That was during COVID times, but $1,000 each. These tires, just now, $385 each. We're talking Canadian dollars here, so the monopoly money for you Americans, so take some of that off for, these are probably about $300 US each. And those are probably about $850 each in there. But still, that much cheaper for these, we'll see. Even if I get half the mileage out of these that I get out of those, I got my money's worth, right? Saved myself $5,000. I had Blackhawks on here last time, and I got over 300,000 kilometers out of them, I believe, which is well over 200,000 miles. Or was it 300,000 miles? I still got to do the math on that. I got to go back and check my invoice from when I bought them. But they lasted just pretty much as long as any Michelin or Firestone tire I've had. So I was happy with that. Anyways, yeah, let's get these tires out in the snow. Let's get on the road. We have a load that we're taking all the way out east to Quebec. Gotta brush up on my French. Brushing up on my French. I gotta be brushing up. I gotta brush up on my French. Je ne parle pas français. Oui, hon hon. Croissant. Does this look familiar? The road to Kenora from Winnipeg. We're actually going much further than Kenora this time. We're going all the way through the province of Ontario. Tonight I'm hoping to get to Shania, Ontario, just east of Thunder Bay, the Flying J there. Maybe Nipigon, but probably, I might go to Nipigon. We'll see. See how I feel when we get there. We got these 2-lane roads to look forward to for the next 2 days. All the way through Quebec towards Montreal. Drummondville is sort of between Three Rivers and Montreal. We've arrived in Thunder Bay. This is a different route than I'm used to taking. I'm used to taking Highway 102, which bypasses this, but now Highway 102 is closed to trucks, at least closed to trucks that are as heavy as me. So this is sort of I haven't been through here very much at all. Maybe once or twice I've come through here in the last 15 years. So this is interesting. I don't think this is actually the city of Thunder Bay yet. I think this is like a suburb or a small town next to it. So I'm looking at my GPS and Thunder Bay is a little ways down the road yet. But I don't know what this is. truck stop down here somewhere. This is Thunder Bay. There we go. Now, normally I'd be turning left here, but I want to go to bed. It's late. I'm going to go straight through this intersection and
continue straight onto Harbor Expressway.
Find a parking spot at, I believe it's a Husky or an Esso. There's a truck stop just a little ways up here, about a mile and a half, about 2 miles. It's just up here on the right. See if there's any parking here. It's pretty late at night and this is a small place.
Right onto Alloy Drive, then your destination will be on the left.
I see it there, yeah. Might not be parking for me here tonight, but figured I'd come and check anyway.
Your destination is on the left.
Oh, there is a spot back there for me. How do I get back there now? Aha, it's a good one too. I'll just have to go in the other entrance. Is this where I can go in? How do I get back there? Ah, there's another entrance over here. Okay. I haven't been here in a really long time. It's been a minute. I think there's 1 or 2 spots available. There we go. Alright, there's a spot here that's available. But I also saw a spot that's a little better up here. Oh, this is a messy yard, yikes. Just off to my right. Back right in there. Nice. 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 Well, there was one spot over there available, but that's really tight and blindside backing to get in there. I don't trust those guys to get out of there without hitting me in the morning. So I parked here. There was this spot off to the side here, but it's so filled with snow that it actually made my truck lean towards the driver's side too much. And I don't like doing that because then I get a headache if too much blood rushes to my head. I could put my head on the passenger side of the truck, obviously, and I just don't like flipping. That's where my feet go. I don't like putting my face where my feet usually go. And plus, I couldn't get in very far. Like, is this even a spot? Why wasn't this cleared? Right? But anyway, so you can see we can only get this far back. And technically, it looks like there is a curb here, right? Everything's so covered in snow. It's hard to tell, right? And you can't see where the lines are. So I parked in this spot. And oh, I believe I can see a curb right here. And that goes right up there. So I'm right up against the curb there, bumped up against there. And this is the first load I've used my cleats on. And this is what I meant when I bought the trailer. I showed you what these things are. You see how there's no winches over the wheels, right? They don't go over the wheels. That's what these are for. And then a hand ratchet or portable ratchet. And it's the same thing on the other side. And I also used one back there over the rear axle. Works great. They can hold up to 6,500 pounds. Or is it 64? It says right on here somewhere. 65, I believe. But yeah, that's my load. We're super light. There's only about 10,800 pounds on my trailer. So it's practically, it feels like I'm empty. These new tires, performed wonderfully today on the highway. Smooth as silk. Really like them so far. We'll see how they do in the long term. A lot of snow around here. Wonder if that has anything to do with it. Huh. Well, it feels good to stretch my legs though and go a little further. I haven't stopped at this truck stop, like I said. Like, I don't even remember the last time I've been here. The only thing I'm a little nervous about is, you know, I'm right up against the curb in the back, but my truck seems to stick out so much further than those other ones, right? I don't know if these guys like hopped the curb and pushed their trucks all the way back, or what happened there. As long as when he pulls out here in the morning that he doesn't rip off my hood with his trailer. He's got plenty of room. But that doesn't always mean you're safe. Better not get a rude awakening in the morning. I'll keep my cameras running just in case. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras on my dashboard facing forward. You are on camera any which way you go. There's no way anyone would hit me and I wouldn't be able to pull their plates, their unit number, their company name off the doors. I got high definition, a 4K footage of every angle. So that's it for today. We're going to continue the vlog a little bit tomorrow, though, because I didn't get much filming in. It got dark right away. And I hate vlogging at night on the highway, because you can't see anything anyway. I'm like, well, the point of showing you, like, road footage during the day is so that you can see the scenery of where I'm at. And then I put the little map graphic or whatever on my videos so that you can sort of get an idea of where on the continent I am. So when you see the scenery in my videos when I'm driving down the road, you can sort of put it together with where I'm traveling on the map. Then people from like all other parts of the world or other parts of the continent that have never been here before can kind of get an idea of like, oh, that's what that area looks like there. Oh, cool, I've never been there. But that doesn't work so well at night. Can't see nothing. I can see things. My lights are bright. I got bright LED lights on the front of this truck. I can see like 2 miles in front of me. I love my high beams. The aftermarkets I put on here, when I put my high beams on, from the bottom to the tops of all the trees, and all the way forward as far as you can see, like at least a mile, mile and a half, 2 miles, just woof, lit up. Nice and bright. You never want to approach me with your high beams on, because I'll give you a warning, or 2 or 3. 3 max. I'll dim my lights first. If I'm coming towards you with my low beams on and you have your high beams on, I'll dim my lights first. I'll turn them off and on. Just quickly, like off, on, that's your first warning. Second warning, a little longer, off, on. And then I have to make a decision. Either I give you one more warning or I give you my high beams. And believe me, you don't want my high beams in your face. You're going to blind me, though? I'm going to give you a little pow right in the face. Just to let you know, hey! Turn your brights off! If you've been watching me for the past, I guess 15 years now, however long I've been doing videos, you know my biggest pet peeve on the highways, people who drive down the highways with their high beams on in traffic. Number one way to tick off Trucker Josh. Approach me with your high beams on. Especially if it's in a parking lot. Come on, man. What are you doing with your high beams on in a parking lot? Especially sometimes, I've had it a couple of times where like people pull in and you know you're like parked in your spot at the truck stop and then there's like a row of trucks in front of you facing you and someone like backs in and parks directly across in front of you. And they have their high beams on. And they pull the curtains and then they go to bed. And leave their high beams on, shining right into your truck all night. Getting all worked up over high beams again. You know, the only reason I would install a massive light bar on the front of my truck is just for people who refuse to turn their high beams off. If you still don't turn your high beams off after I give you a kapow of my high beams,
Just pow right in the kisser. And if you're still not going to dim your lights, I'd love to have like a giant light bar. Just light them up. A directed light. Just like, not even a light bar, just like a spotlight. A motion sensing spotlight that just zooms in right on your cab, right on the driver's seat. Just pow! And it just follows you. All the way past you. You'll be seeing purple spots for months in your eyes. Turn your high beams off, people. Please, for the love of all things holy, turn your high beams off. Here's a rule to go by. This is what I go by, and this should be the law. When you are driving, it doesn't matter if you're on a divided highway, okay? If there's not a physical barrier wall between the lanes of traffic, you don't use your high beams when there's oncoming traffic coming towards you. Well, how close should they be before you turn your high beams off? This is the rule I live by, and the whole world should follow this. Whether you're on a 2-lane or a 4-lane divided, when you see headlights approaching you, if you can see 2 separate headlights on the vehicle coming towards you, you're too close to use your high beams. Turn them off. Now, when you're traveling behind somebody, it's just as annoying, if not more annoying, to have your high beams on in someone's mirror. Because that doesn't go away. It's not like you're going to pass and then be gone. No, you're stuck behind me and you're blinding me in my mirrors. And I have these 2 big mirrors that are just burning holes into my retina because you think it's okay to use your high beams behind me. Here's the rule. When you're following behind somebody on any highway, anywhere in the world, anywhere, if you can make out 2 separate taillights on the vehicle traveling in front of you, you're too close to use your high beams. Turn them off. Very simple. If they're far enough ahead of you that you can just see the taillights, but it sort of just looks like one red blob, you're fine. Light them up. Turn them on. But as soon as that little red blob divides and becomes 2 taillights in your vision, turn your high beams off. You're too close. That's my rule. But if I'm coming towards you and you can see that, you know what I'm saying, right? I know you share with my frustration. I know you do. There's a couple of people out there. They're the ones that use their high beams all the time. And believe me, they'll be in my comments section defending themselves. I want to use my high beams. I need to be able to see. They'll be down there. Go and say hello to them. They're the ones you're after. Oh, man, I hate that. I hate that with such a passion. But lately, it's been pretty good. Tonight, I didn't have anybody leave their high beams. Actually, no, that's a lie. I had 2 guys. 2 guys leave their high beams on. Trucks. You know, it's even more infuriating when it's a truck driver that does that to you. Because we're supposed to be the professional drivers. We're supposed to know better. So when a truck comes to me with their high beams on, I understand everybody gets that grace. Like, we forget them on sometimes. Sometimes I forget they're on too, despite the fact there's a big bright blue light shining in my face on my dashboard. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. People give me a little flick of the headlights or whatever. I'm like, oh, shoot, yeah, sorry. I turn them off right away, right? And then for the rest of the day, I'll be a little bit more vigilant. Some people just don't get it. They just don't get it. You give them the warning shot, and then the warning shot, and maybe one more warning shot, and then you give them the full kapow right in their face, and they still don't get it. They still don't dim their lights. And you give them another kapow right in their face. Nothing. They just keep coming at you like a freight train. You can't see where you're going. I'm glad he can see where he's going, because I can't see anything. So you're just like trying to look, keep your vision like right down in front of your hood. I got a long hood, so I can't really do that. So you're trying to look like, block out his lights while you're trying to see the edge of the road so that you stay in your lane and don't wander into the ditch or into his lane until he gets by. And then you're sitting there blinking like this. And then you have purple spots in your eyes. And everywhere you look, you got these bright purple spots. And they stay there for like half an hour. And then, why don't people dim their lights? Why? And they're not affected by mine. And mine are bright, as I've told you. How do you not realize what I'm trying to tell you when I'm like flashing my lights at you? What don't you understand? Is he seriously coming towards me like, oh, what does this guy want? What does this guy want? Why is he flashing his lights at me? What could he possibly want? I'm kind of out of breath after that rant. I'm getting old. Okay, guys, let's end today here. I'll see you in the morning. I'll be in a much better mood. I promise.